Hello everyone, welcome back to my another video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Felicia, Georgie, Mac, and Portia are watching the TV broadcast from the side room. Felicia suggests Georgie, who is bored, go swim in the pool. She refuses because it's filled with boys. On the patio, Tracy watches the broadcast on her phone. McConkey says he supports Drew Quartermain in taking over his seat, and Tracy is stunned that he is using the Quartermain name. Curtis arrives, and he and Michael discuss keeping Aurora afloat while Drew is campaigning and later when he has to go to D.C. Sam says it's not foregone that he'll win, but Willow, Jordan, and others are putting their money on Drew. Drew and McConkey arrive to applause. Drew thanks them all for their help and for McConkey's wisdom and endorsement. Nina follows them, and McConkey says he couldn't have done it without Nina's help either. Tracy blurs out, "Who the hell invited her?" McConkey explains it was because of Nina that he first met Drew. Tracy tells Nina, "I applaud your commitment. You didn't completely ruin Drew's life by turning him into the SEC, but pushing him into politics will." Nina turns and walks out, and Willow races after her. Drew asks Sam what she thinks about his running. She is more concerned about how it went with Scout. He says she's excited to be a Quartermain, though the politics she doesn't much understand. Sam seems off, and Drew says Kane was a name given to him by the government. It wasn't his birth name. Sam says it will just take time to get used to the new name. Dante interrupts and congratulates Drew, and he and Sam walk off. Willow finds Nina sitting alone in the side room and asks if she's okay. Nina sometimes forgets how much universal contempt people have for her, and then Tracy comes along to remind her. Willow says it's not universal, and Nina notes that's good to know. Nina asks how she feels about today. Willow says she's been disillusioned by politicians in the past, but Drew's made her feel hopeful about change. Nina admits she feels the same, which she knows is surprising given they can't stand one another. However, Drew's built a bridge between the two of them, which has made her see him in a different light, and made her realize she clings to grudges too tightly. Willow admits she's guilty of the same. Jordan thinks they should save it for another time, but Laura says Mac will learn eventually. She tells him that Heather may not have been responsible for many of her actions from a medical standpoint. Portia walks out, and Curtis follows her. Laura explains the metallosis that Heather was diagnosed with, and that her case could be reopened. Mac argues Heather nearly killed him and Felicia, and Laura was there on Spoon Island. Laura explains the theory is she may not have acted that way if not for the metallosis. Mac says the world is full of toxins that don't turn people into killers. Laura says neither of them are doctors, so she's going to leave this to the experts to handle. In the foyer, Tracy jokingly asks Drew if they've met, and asks what his name is. He says, "Drew Quartermain, do you mind sharing a last name with me?" Tracy tells him that a Quartermain always has her vote, and that Alan would be very proud of him. Sasha catches Nina stealing some cookies in the kitchen. Nina says she can't believe she didn't know how talented Sasha was at cooking. Sasha says she is full of surprises, and she's shocked Nina went to Drew's big announcement, given they didn't get along. Nina says something has changed between them, and they have more in common than they thought, and are seeing another side of one another. In the stables, Cody teaches James about cleaning the horse's hooves. James asks if he learned about horses from his dad or brother. Cody says he didn't learn from his dad and doesn't have a brother. James says he doesn't have one either, but Cody is just as good. Cody is shocked and says he really doesn't know what it's like to be a big brother. Sam and Dante walk in, and Dante says not to listen to Cody, as Cody was like a brother to him growing up. James asks how they can be brothers if they have different names. Dante and Sam say that means it's just that they've chosen to be family, which makes it even more special. James asks Cody what he says if he wants to be brothers. Cody and James make it official, spit and shake on it. Later, it's just James and Cody tells James he hopes he doesn't let him down as being a brother is a big responsibility. James knows he won't as he's the best. Mac and Georgie arrive to find James and say the fireworks are about to start. James promises to record the fireworks for Cody since he has stayed behind to work. Georgie and James run out, and Mac hopes James isn't too much for him. Cody says he loves the kid, and says he reminds him of Mac. Mac says James talks about him all the time and wants to be just like him when he grows up. Cody thinks James is way too smart to be stuck in a barn taking care of horses. Mac thinks if he had 2 lives, he would like one to be just like this. Mac tells him about growing up in Australia, and while he was away, he got reminded of camping under the stars and how much he enjoyed it. Cody asks if that is why he stayed away so long. Mac says it's not, but he made a commitment long ago and had to honor it. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, General Hospital Update, and stay with us.